darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many
Welcome, everyone, to Followers of Mayhem. In the last episode, we had a meeting. Different people enacted different plans, and Vienna got attacked. No, wait, not Vienna, Grisura. I'm sorry.
And Alex.
Yes, and Alex too. In this episode, we are, I don't know. Everyone's just woken up and we'll see what they're doing.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Alright, how awake is everyone?
Grisura has bags under her eyes.
Alright, well, when you all do finally wake up, you realize that it seems like Alex's scales have grown a little bit, and they're actually starting to seemingly spread to his cheeks now.
Should we worry about that?
Worry about what?
Grisura points to her
got a little-
cheeks.
Yeah, good. You got a little something. Yeah, Vera's like, just like brushes her cheek with her finger. You got a little something.
Oh, food, and he checks on it, feels it up for a bit, and like, when did that happen?
You only just noticed that? That's gotta be uncomfortable.
I mean, I guess my cheeks were a little itchy during the night, but I don't know. Guess I don't feel it anymore.
You really
Can you-
don't feel you really don't feel that different from when your skin was normal human skin.
I mean, it does feel different, but you kind of get used to it, and then it just starts feeling like skin.
Gazura then pats her own head. You're not growing horns, are you?
Alex feels up his head, and he feels like there might be bumps, but he's not entirely sure if that's just the thickness of his hair or not. Says, I don't know.
Gazura looks to Virna. What do you think?
And I don't know.
Virna's just like, dude, don't ask me these questions. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Something like that.
I think we should take him to that dragonborn or friend Grazura has, so he can teach Alex to control his breathing before he sets someone on fire.
You mean Noxon?
Breathe something up. Come on, you really think I'd have that? You think I'd really have, like, little to no self-control over that sort of thing?
No. They're worrying over nothing. I'm just gonna stand over here out of the way. That's okay.
It was a mild jest.
Thank you for the vote of confidence. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Virna. But yeah, I know you guys are joking around anyway. Okay, once everyone's woken up, we've had our breakfast and everything, we really gotta start making headway because we've got a lot to do.
Yes, we do, Gazura replies. She tilts her head, and you can just see the shimmer of the purple jewel of the headband. That was part of the group's party thing. On her head.
To get that.
Gazura's mood sours.
Alright. Won't ask.
It's from someone in this party.
Yeah, putting two and two together, Alex just slowly nods and he says, alright, I won't ask anymore. But yeah, I need to get some shopping done with Aurora. And actually I was actually wondering if we're going in expecting to like negotiate with the goblins, yeah? Like that's the plan?
More or less.
Right, well, if things go sideways, I was thinking maybe we could also maybe... I did a bit of research and I found out that there's some certain kinds of poisons that you can purchase, particularly inhalants that once you take them in, they're they almost put you to sleep immediately. You would all probably remember this very well because it's probably the exact same compound that put us to sleep in that tourist trap.
Remind me to outlaw that immediately after my coronation.
That wouldn't make any difference.
I'll trust me, man. You can probably outlaw anything you want, but if people want to get a hold of it, they'll find a way.
DM.
Yeah?
What is this over here?
What is what over here?
I'm just curious.
It's an opening in the fence.
What's on the other side of the fence? I thought we were in a demi-plane.
Nothing. There's a wall there. It's just there because Elnath is weird like that. So it's just a wall.
She's going on it.
Alright, you go on an adventure.
I'm going to explore the backyard, she says.
Guys, we lost a lot of the glitchscape.
Don't worry, the Konami code can bring it back.
Oh god.
Wait, we're bringing this campaign into AGDQ next January, guys. Look forward to it.
Don't worry, I'm only breaking the fourth wall, guys. It's okay.
So,
Yeah.
as for Rura, she didn't give me a list, but I'll give her a chance to grab her shopping when she does make it for a session, since she's gonna just, into existence thanks to a certain fox.
Yep.
So, is there anything anyone wants to do before you head out?
Alex does mention one more thing, because I imagine we're all kind of aware that Tanuki's taken Rura at this point, yeah?
Yep.
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but isn't it kind of weird that Tanuki has never really grabbed me?
Hasn't grabbed me either.
Or me.
Guys, I'm lost!
Hello?
I escaped the fence. I don't know where I'm at.
Where did you leave from?
The garden! I'll go this way now.
Hold on. You know what, guys? We'll take care of our stuff in a minute. Just hold on. Give me a minute. And Alex steps out here and just kind of turns his back. Like, can you see me?
No! Oh!
Dennis, how far can you cast Mage Hand?
That requires me to know Mage Hand.
You don't know Mage Hand?
I have prestidigitation if it helps.
That
Yeah,
doesn't-
hang on,
Unless
guys. Yeah, time for Alex to go on an adventure.
And
And
he
he just-
never returned.
He's
sure-
just.
Aren't you gonna want a lifeline first?
Hang on. Alex is just following the wall at this point. Like, he's
Oh.
keeping a hand on it.
Oh, there you are.
Good morning.
One. You got something on your face there.
Oh, they already told me about that.
Oh, okay.
I haven't exactly. Do you have a mirror or something?
I have a comb.
And he seems kind of disappointed at that, and then he just says, "Does it look cool though?"
Just gives this thumbs up and has a affirmation there.
Right. At least the scales are treating me nice. All right. And he turns around, hand still on the wall. All right. Let's just head on back.
You know what? Roll me 1d20, Allah.
Oh boy.
If you roll a 20 or a 1,
What will you give me now?
Oh
What will
my,
you give me?
I just, okay.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
So, Allah, thanks to your ridiculous perception, you actually hear footsteps underneath the ground where you are before they quickly fade away.
I have more questions now.
All right.
Underground.
Yep, right under your feet.
Alar just jumps and startled. Where? What happened?
What? What's wrong? What?
I thought I heard something on the ground, but that's impossible, right?
Alex thinks for a moment, and he cups his hands around his mouth, and he just yells into the void, "Hello?"
No response.
Not even an echo.
Nope.
All right. So it can't be our footsteps echoing. You sure you just didn't mishear it because you're still waking up?
Who do you take me for, Alex? I'm offended you even thought of such a thing.
I know you still like me.
Shut up. Not the point. She's now pouting.
Alright,
definitely
so
not paddle.
you heard a second set of footsteps.
That are not yours.
Third set, I should say. Third set.
There you go.
And you said you heard it underneath us.
That I did.
Alex gets on his hands and knees and he puts a ear towards the ground, or at least what probably is a rough approximation of the ground.
You hear nothing.
I don't... Whatever it was, it's gone. I'm not hearing anything.
Got a mole in our midst. I swear to you. She looks rather shifty at this.
And to think, just when we can have some privacy. No. There has to be someone else in here too. Dude, we can never just have time to ourselves. No.
Yeah. She starts like shiftily looking around now, on edge.
You had to roll a 20.
Alright. You know what, let's just get back to everyone at this point and, just follow the wall.
Right.
So, you head on back. What do you guys do? Are you ready to head on out?
Reserve's all packed and ready to go.
Yep.
Did you guys enjoy your adventure?
Yeah. We came to some revelations here.
The ending was disappointing, but the journey was enjoyable.
I'm hurt by that.
Sorry.
What did you learn then?
He just playfully... Well, I learned something today. It's not about the destination, but the friends we made along the way.
You made more friends?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Alright, so let's just get sorted, everybody. I'm gonna be heading out now.
Right.
Alright. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before we head on out?
Oh, Dennis, there's one thing I want to get from you.
What is that?
She attempts to steal his hat.
Alright, roll me a perception check, Dennis.
I'm going to say I actually didn't hear what Alara said.
Allah's trying to steal your hat. Roll perception to see if you noticed. Okay, yeah, you're not sure if you even had a hat.
Alex just snickers.
Something wrong?
No, nothing at all.
Nah,
Don't worry about it.
You're good. You're good, man. You're good.
We'll have to get your art updated. Anyway, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
I'm good.
Alright,
Okay.
Grisura, Vienna, do you want to finish your conversation?
Sure. Where did you get that?
I know we've had an income this entire time, right?
I'm just saying, our armor cost a lot of money.
Well, good thing we just and I'm just saying we just went through a lich's lair.
Although, would you steal from your mother, or would that be a death
Oh
wish?
yes, absolutely.
Hell, I'd steal from her as well.
Alright, so, you all head out to Frozen. Is there anything you want to do before you head on out of Frozen?
Alex is gonna do the shopping with Rura, obviously.
Yep, but Ruru's not here, so we'll go through Ruru's shopping
take
later.
But yeah, Alex does tell them what they're kind of going to get, and he does make mention of the gas that we might want to bring along a couple of vials.
Alright.
just in case things go sideways with the goblins.
Yeah.
So, let me bring up the poison list again. So,
While they're going about, a dentist just randomly fills his head and he's like, "Where'd my hat go?"
Oh, Arb says nothing.
Does anyone know where my hat went?
I think a hummingbird stole it.
alright, so Essence of Ether is there's a couple of potions, but the one that knocks them out is called Essence of Ether, and it's 300 GP for one, and that has a DC 15 Constitution. But you could probably get a higher DC one if you spend a little extra on it. You know, to get higher quality ingredients.
Like about 400.
I'd say double it would be the DC would be 20. So I'd say around 50 GP per 1 point extra in DC. How does that sound, Vienna?
Sure.
Alright, so base is a DC of 15. If we want a DC of 20, we'll have to spend 60.
50 GP per 1 point increase. It's double for 20. That was just my math. So it's 300 for 15, 350 for 16, and so on.
Alex will cough up 600 to make the 20 to get the 21.
All right. Do you get just one?
He will get just one, yeah.
All right. Anyone else?
Crusader's just gonna grab some potions of healing.
All right. Mercy has some fresh potions in stock, and he's willing to give them to you for the regular price.
What kind of healing potions does he have?
He has all different types. He has normal, he has greater, he has lesser.
And how many greater potions of healing does he have?
He has 4 at the moment.
Right, and remind me, how much do greater healing potions cost?
Okay, so the regular is 50 GP, greater healing is 100 GP, superior is 500, and supreme is 1,350.
Okay, Grisera buys the 4 potions of greater healing.
Okay, that'll be 400.
gold.
Yep. Anything else anyone wants to buy?
What's the resolution of that tie?
If you meet it, you beat it.
Okay, so you did see it.
Laura, why do you have my hat?
He puts it on.
You for returning it?
Never said that, buddy. You're too short for me.
She put it on her head. Is what she's saying, Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
He should put it on her head? Is that what she said?
No.
Allah put Dennis's hat on her head, not Dennis's.
Alright, onwards then.
Grisera holds out the greater potions of healing. Does anyone want a greater potion of healing?
All yours.
Do you have one to cover for yourself?
I have 4. As well as 2 regular potions. As well as 2 regular potions of healing.
You know what? Who here takes the most punishment? I know I get slapped. I get slapped around quite a bit. You know what? Give it to Dennis. I think I'll be fine.
Okay, so I give a potion of greater healing to Dennis.
While you're
Alright.
trying to give a potion of greater healing to Dennis, Dennis is attempting to get his hat back from someone.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna say this is... I want both Alara and Dennis to make a dex check. Just straight dexterity.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, roll again for me.
Ooh. I'll get you to it.
Alright, so you don't get it at first, but you try again when you're on the road a bit further down, and you manage to grab it when Alara's not paying attention.
Starting to decide if I want to enchant this to stay on my head.
That's
So-
a fair assumption.
Is there
Is there
anything anyone else wants to do before you leave Frozen?
Actually, just a quick question. What did you say that inhalant was called?
It is called Essence of Ether. And write down that its DC is 20.
All right.
So-
One essence of Aether.
Ether. E-T-H-E-R.
All right, thank you.
So, anything else? You all ready set to go?
Yep.
Yep, I'm good
Yep.
to go.
Okay. So, you'll begin to head out. You watch as you begin to leave the bubble of and enter the cold and chilling climate that is Frozen. A faint little bit of snow is slowly starting to trickle down. Not enough to cover the forest just yet, but you have no doubts that within a few hours, the entire place will be blanketed in a fresh layer of snow. And it is then that you, while on the road, pass by a forest. And I'm gonna need you all to roll initiative for me.
I knew it. Whenever there's ominous music, it is never a good sign.
I'm putting you over here, this is where you are, you may move yourselves into whatever position you are in.
Okay, we heading south or north?
You are heading south.
A nat 1. Crap.
And, yes, this is a surprise round.
Wait, doesn't someone have ridiculous perception?
Yes, and he rolled a 26.
Damn.
So, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Mr. Person has to also roll. So, okay. Let's sort the order, and Alex, you spend your turn becoming unsurprised.
All right.
It is now the Shadow Demon's turn.
Oh, great, another one.
He is going to move up, and he has advantage, so he's going to attack. And Grisura, you take 30 psychic damage.
30? Jeez.
Yep. And then he's going to attempt to hide again. Okay, so everyone with a perception of 15 or higher, so that's Fiona and Allah, you can see him. Everyone else, you cannot see him.
I have 15.
Okay, so you can see him then. My bad. Everyone else, he is hidden. He is hidden, but those of you with 15 or higher can see him curled up in a tree looking right at Grisura. Fiona,
Character.
you spend your turn becoming unsurprised. Dennis, You spend your turn becoming unsurprised. Allah, Kagura, Grisura, you spend your turns becoming unsurprised. Alex, it is your turn.
Yeah, Alex gets a sneaking suspicion what's going on, and centered on this point here, he casts Sickening Radiance.
So you can see it. Let me check real quick. Your passive perception is 13. Oh, I see. You're making light.
Yeah, Sickening Radiance. Why doesn't it have a card? Hang on. Include description. Spell,
Yeah, I can
attack.
I can see her. I can see her roll, Dennis. It's in
Hang
the.
on, give
It's
me
in
a
the.
minute.
It's
Wait a
in
minute,
the
This is what. That's what.
30-foot
Sickening Radiance
range, and light spreads around corners. Okay, so where are you placing it? Draw me a square.
Sorry.
Bless you. Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put it there. And it's 30 foot. So yeah, okay. So con save. DC is 16. He fails, so he takes 24 radiant damage.
And he is
And
no longer invisible.
let me see. He is vulnerable to radiant, so that's doubled. Minus another 24. And well, he was never invisible, he was just stealthed.
So
Still.
probably has disadvantage, maybe.
Yeah, but that's he's still hidden, it's just now his attacks have disadvantage. Alright, so is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn, and yep.
Okay, so it's only when they move into it for the first time?
Or when they start their turn.
Or when they start their turn?
Yeah.
Yep, it does say that.
Okay,
Yep,
I must
they
have
start.
missed that. Okay, so another con save. 17 does pass.
Alright, so he's good for the moment.
There's no damage.
Yep, okay. So the Shadow Demon's gonna flap over to Grisura and take another attack at disadvantage. 13 will not hit, and then he's going to try and hide again. And that's 23, so everyone but Allah doesn't know where he is. Fiona.
Since I can't see him, I'm just gonna stand next to Grisura and cast Spirit. Like, it's clearly gunning for Grisura, so I'm gonna just stand next to Grisura and cast Spirit Guardians.
Alright, that's a 20-foot sphere, yes?
I believe that one's 15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15-foot radius centered on me.
Alright, roll it because he's in range and he's... So, yeah.
It's necrotic damage, and I do believe Shadow Demons are resistant to that.
What's the DC?
16.
Okay, and it's con?
It is Wisdom.
Okay, thank you.
Ignore the thunder damage.
Alright, so he succeeded on that. He takes half damage. And he and he was resistant to it, so he takes half damage anyway, so
4 damage.
yep. Well, no, it does. You don't double resistance, and it's just half damage. They don't add up together to give immunity.
No. But because you see, like passing a saving throw and having resistance do stack up, so he takes a quarter damage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So 4 damage then. All right. Thank you, Dennis. You have no idea where he is.
I have almost no idea what's going on. Guys, what's happening?
Shadow.
It's
What do you
that
do?
Damn. Berserk calls out, it's that damn shadow demon that attacked me and Alex before.
Gotta keep things moving. What are you doing?
I don't know what to do, so move on.
Okay, Allah, what are you doing?
Alar sees him and she's trying to attempt to polymorph him.
Alright, roll your polymorph.
If I don't roll it, it's a. Oh,
You
do I
can
roll that?
you can set it to roll. I need to know what the DC is.
DC is, I believe, 14 charisma.
Alright, what
No,
are you
wait.
polymorphing him into?
Toad.
Actually, wait. Charisma, you said? Because that
No,
spell
it's a
says.
wisdom.
Okay, yeah. Alright. So he's transformed into a toad.
And we can see the toad, right?
Yep, the toad is there. Kagura.
And yeah, that's it.
Well, he's not dangerous anymore, is he?
If he changes back, he'll be gunning for us. Specifically me.
Oh, I suppose. Any bystanders, birds who happen across him will be a risk too. Right.
Let me move him
Okay.
one down just so you guys. But he's up 5 feet extra. I'm just moving him down so you guys can see stuff.
Okay, so Kagura is going to move up here, and he's going to break out the Sword of Evil's Bane on this guy.
I'm gonna just move everyone down. Alright, roll it. That 8 will be a miss.
On a toad.
Oh yeah, he has toad AC. Let me have a look.
Toad AC.
The legends is true.
Okay. Yeah, that still misses the frog AC of 11. It hops away.
Oh, you're not getting away.
Guzura.
Okay, I'm gonna use on my cunning action to disengage. Step back.
Alrighty.
Good plan.
Guzura.
Gazura looks to Virna and smiles. You don't mind if I try a certain spell, do you?
Not sure why you need my permission.
I'm just thinking it's fun. But
What are you casting?
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen shatter on a demon before?
I've used it. I've used it on demons before.
Oh. Then I cast. And this is level 2.
Okay,
so
cast it.
I cast it on the shatter on the demon.
Okay. He succeeds. So that's half
Okay.
damage.
That is half damage.
So that's 4 damage. Alright, Alex.
Remember, if he gets killed in his toad form, he
Polymorph worn off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's not hidden anymore, I take it.
Nope.
Polymorphs up that.
Alright, well, I didn't pull out Wanderlust for that, so I'm kind of in a bad sort, so I'll just be effective and use Eldritch Blast on him.
Alrighty.
Here comes one.
Okay.
Here comes two.
He So you send off the Eldritch Blast, and you watch as the cold hits his chest, and he just gives this laugh. He is immune to cold damage.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, wasted my action.
Sorry.
Shadow demons are annoying.
It's
Yes,
the
they are.
the Shadow
Oh, well.
Demon's turn, and that means that he takes all that damage. So, Fiona and... Yep.
Please make him fail.
Okay. So he laughs this off, and then he watches the ice begins to glow brighter and brighter, and he looks up to the blinding radiance, and your spirit guardians are wailing ghosts, yeah?
And well, they're not really wailing. They're just kind of like.
I got it.
You know,
So, you see the ghostly spirits and the radiance all coalesce around him, and there's just a blinding white light, and then it dissipates as the spirits begin to spread back out, and there's just a pile of ash. Shadow Demon
Damn.
is gone. Combat is
Damn.
now over.
Alex smacks
Damn
and he snaps his fingers to dismiss sickening radiance.
yeah, and Bjorn dismisses the spirit guardians as well.
Alrighty.
Yeah, not so tough now that we're actually aware, eh?
Grisher goes over to the remains and stomps them.
You stomp the ash.
I thought Alex banished that one.
Well, clearly, someone saw that and is just going like, "Hey, boss, could you like bring me back?" Oh, for fuck's sake, Terry. Yep, that's how he will be remembered. Terry, the incompetent shadow demon.
When they're in the right mind.
Have any of you ever heard?
Whoop.
Have any of you ever heard the definition of insanity?
I have.
That thing was gunning for Gazura. Was it gunning for Gazura last time?
It attacked
it was
both of us. Goodness, if I remember correctly, it attacked her first, then it attacked me.
I think so. And whoever sent this thing's got a grudge against Grazura, I think.
I can only think of one enemy.
Lots of people have grudges against you, Grazura.
I'm talking about your sister. Hey.
But no, seriously, someone is clearly gunning for us. We really should be on the lookout.
And someone either crazy or desperate enough to resort to summoning demons.
Well, whoever's doing it is going to get an ass whooping from me. I'm sick of these things already, and I've only encountered them one before now.
I mean, seriously, demons of all things. Like, does no one understand the weight of summoning demons? Like, am I the only one who even understands, like, the consequences of that?
I mean, I think the rest of us can make a pretty good guess.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how frequently people are so incredibly dense with regards to fiends.
You know, it only takes one time for you to accidentally summon a demon in the guild, and then everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
Happens a lot more frequently than you think.
Well, let's get out of here.
Alright, so you're all ready to go?
Yep, piss on the ashes and let's go.
Alright.
By the way, you can turn my spirit guardians off now.
Yeah, I'll turn it off later. So, here we are.
Oh, shit.
Let me move you. You're, about here. You're at a crossroads currently. Where do you go?
Alright, well.
Can we cut through here?
You could cut through the forest, yeah.
Yeah, like, maybe go down the path like a Burna.
I guess.
Oh yeah, didn't Kagura tell Alar that her sister is waiting for her just outside Frozen?
No, her sister called her. Anyway.
Alright. Well, seems like if we're going to make good time, we might need to follow.
Go cross country.
Sorry. We might need to follow this road along here, and assuming we're lucky enough, cut through here. Maybe stay the night in Burma here, and then we'll have to venture into the forest to find the goblin camp.
Alright, is that what plan you guys are going with?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Alright. So, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days to Burma. Then 13, 14, 15 days to the goblin camp.
And that's because of difficult terrain, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
15 to camp. You know what, guys? I actually have an idea.
What? What idea?
Well, first up, I know we just made it this far, but let's head on back to Frozen. Well, I'm going to head on back to Frozen. You guys maybe make camp or something. I need to go and quickly check something.
Shh. Grisura looks to Virna. Should we do as he says?
Yeah. And will whatever you're checking get us there faster?
It could. It potentially could.
Go ahead then.
Alright, so after a long day of traveling, you all make camp, and Alex heads back to Frozen. You will take a point of exhaustion, is that alright?
Alex? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you take a point of exhaustion, but you make it back. What do you do?
Ah, good God. Alright. Okay, and he heads over to Mercy's shop.
Alright, you head on over.
And he gives Mercy the usual greeting, big smile and a hug.
Alex! Oh, it is lovely to see one of my favorite customers.
Hey, Mercy. Hope you're doing alright.
How can I help you this fine day?
Well, this may be a bit much to ask, but I was hoping if, my friends and I could maybe use a service that only you can provide.
What service would that be?
He points to the other entrances into his store. Icarus uses these to get all over Mayhem, correct?
Oh, he does.
Are they employee exclusive, or can other people go in and out of them as they please?
Now, and he leans forward and he wraps an arm around you and brings a smile close to you as he says, now normally they are only employee exclusive, but because of how much business you've given me and how much lovely items you have purchased, I'm willing to allow you to go through, but it's gonna cost you, just because it does cost a bit to, change the location if the door isn't open from the other side.
Oh no, I don't need you to open up anything new. It's just you've already set up shop in Lundra, correct?
Oh yes.
Well then, I am merely requesting that my friends and I can just go through the Lundra door.
I will allow it, but I am going to need them to sign up to be members. It's It's membership exclusive, yes.
And he flashes the card out, so card carrying membership.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, that's only about 5 gold, isn't it?
It's 50 gold to sign up for the membership, but you get a 10% discount on all future purchases.
Alright, well, I'll see if I can't convince them. He says, and hey.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, he gives him a hug and he says, thanks, Mercy, you're the best.
Oh, no problem at all. Anytime.
Alright, well, see you in a bit.
Take care.
Alex waves goodbye and heads on out and tries to get to everyone again.
Alright, that will be another point of exhaustion.
Good God.
Just because you're not resting, and it's... So, everyone, you've been waiting around for most of the day, you know, just kicking your feet, playing with the campfire,
Working on his book.
working on the book. Eventually you do see a figure appear from the direction of Frozen. It's Alex! He's finally back!
Oh. Okay.
Here you go.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
All my
actually, wait, no. Scratch that. Actually, it's greater restoration to remove exhaustion.
Continue.
Yeah. Alex comes back. He's like, okay, yes. All right. Okay. So, which one? I'm gonna do the good news first. Okay. So, good news is Mercy is allowing us to use his portal from Lundruck to get to the Goblin Camp faster.
What's the bad news?
Bad news is he wants you all to sign up as members.
From Lundruck.
Here's
Well, yeah, and he pulls out the map and he says, well, look where the Goblin Camp is, closer to Lundruck, and this will pretty much effectively cut our time in half.
Playing with fire by going to Lundruck right now, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Who has control of Lundruck right now?
she has a point.
Fine. You guys want to spend upwards of, I don't know, 3 weeks traveling? Then fine, we'll do that.
I'm just pointing out the issues I fear of.
Right, fine. He pulls out his card and he says, Mercy, sorry, seems like that's a no-go.
Oh, no problem. Come back again anytime.
Thanks again for allowing it anyway.
What our members look for but being loyal.
Alright, and he puts the card away and he's like, alright, well, let's get moving.
Just be tired running that entire distance. Here.
Yeah.
That only lasts an hour, though.
I know. Still an hour break.
Alar just sighs. You can rest on my back, I guess.
If
As I can do.
If you don't mind, that is.
Of course not.
Alright,
So he climbs up onto Alar's back and starts resting.
so you begin the long journey, and you realize that you don't exactly have Rura with you to help you get food. Does anyone else have things to create food? Or are you going to be using rations?
Grisura goes hunting.
I cast a Sawball spell.
Alright, so your food is fine then. The weeks pass, the weather gets colder and colder, and eventually you make it to Burner. It's a small town, smaller than nowhere even. And that there's just a couple of small villages, a couple of small huts and houses. They appear to mostly be self-sufficient with a small pool next to the main hub. It's just a small little hunting village.
Is
Grisura,
Alex still suffering from... Sorry, is Alex still suffering from exhaustion?
Nope, by this point your exhaustion would be gone.
Alar would grumble the entire way about how fat he is.
She
Chris,
says, knowing that he's only 132 pounds.
Oh yeah, definitely. She just wants to tease him.
Grisura looks around for an inn. Does she find one?
There is a small tavern, and when you ask them, they do say they have a couple of rooms, but and they say you can get them for about 5 copper. There's about
Deal.
4 beds, so that's all they got. The guy says he seems mostly just curious about the strangers in his town.
Grisura slams the coppers on the innkeeper's table. Deal.
He takes them and he hands you the 2 keys.
I got us some rooms, guy. I got us a couple of rooms, guys.
Yay.
So, you head up to the rooms. There's only 4 beds though.
Oh, alright, we'll just move outside.
Hey, where are you going?
I can't sleep in a bed anyway, so I'll be fine.
You guys have a big pillow?
A big pillow.
Look,
Turn into fox? Sleep tonight?
well, Alex, he pulls out the blanket of varying size and he gives it to Allah. It's like, look, just take this at the very least.
Could just sleep in the demi-plane, guys.
Vienna points out the obvious.
Well, I was
Yeah, but
assuming that we would be doing that unless today is one of the off days, in which case we would need to sleep in the inn.
Is it one of those off days?
It's up to you. Have you used it today?
Well, I imagine during traveling we would have used it every opportunity we got.
Anyway, those of you who get the beds, find out that the next morning that you're covered in quite a few fleas. But regardless, you do sleep and the morning comes.
I think I won out of this day.
Chris,
Yeah. One
I
flea,
think-
one flea tries to bite me, get zapped.
Grisura is scratching and grumbles, I am going to kill the innkeeper for this.
Yeah, Alex just uses prestidigitation to clean himself off.
Don't
And
suppose you have a...
Garen is a human. Garen is a living bug zapper.
Yep. So, you all take your rest, you head on down. The innkeepers place down some breakfast for you all. It's just baked potatoes and a bit of sauce. Very basic. There's a piece of corn on one plate.
The sauce is unknown. It's not gravy, that's how much you know.
Yep.
Well,
I'm almost
you'll have
tempted to cast Identify on the sauce.
It has lumps in it.
I'm casting. I'm doing a ritual cast of Identify on the sauce.
It is not magical.
Okay.
Grisura is scratching and looks to Alex. I don't suppose you can use that spell on the rest of us, could you?
He pretty much directs his fingers towards everyone. He snaps his fingers in succession, casting prestidigitation.
Alright. You accidentally cast the spell for your hair, and for a brief moment, Grisura has your hairstyle.
What you doing with my dreads?
What?
Dennis
Sorry.
does his own. He knows it.
Oh yeah, he does. He's like, what? Sorry, kind of got them mixed up.
It's an easy fix, though, to fix it back up, Grisura. As it didn't mess up your hair, it just shaped it into the Alex's hairstyle. So,
The clean cut style.
is there anything you want to do before you leave the sleepy burner?
I'm pretty much good.
Alright.
Alex does warn everyone. All right, so keep in mind, everyone, the guy who me and Allah saw, he's expecting us, so things are probably not going to go very easily. So yeah, just be ready.
Grisura nods.
But at the end of the day, we are still trying to convince them to be on our side.
So,
If we do get into a fight, non-lethal only. we need all of the reasons for them to not, to join. We need to make sure that we are on good grounds when we do negotiate.
So, you'll begin the long walk, heading into the thick bushes and trees. You have to push your way through the underbrush a bit at times, and there's dips where you nearly fall down, where there's a sudden hidden little cliff that a couple of you stumble over, and but eventually you manage to get past it. You pass by a creek. There's a couple of animals. They hiss, they growl. You see a bear which regards you for a moment before it lumbers off. But eventually, you see a break in the forest. And the break turns into a sea of grass. Just over the sea of grass, you can see some more yellowed grass that is poking upwards in a triangle shape. And on top of that grass is a single goblin. Allah, as you look around, you notice the area is completely trapped. There's traps upon traps. There's traps in case the traps go off. There's traps for the traps for the traps. There's so many traps.
So we just walk up to them and talk to them, right?
Dennis?
No.
Is it gone?
There's enough traps. There's enough traps here to keep even our best rogues busy for a while.
Oh, okay.
Well,
He steps back.
but yeah, Alex tries to keep the sun over his eyes as he's squinting forward. He can see the goblin up, right?
Yes, the grass is about 10 feet high, and just above the grass you can see the tip of the yellow hay that appears to be the top of a roof or something, and there's a goblin standing up on it, looking in your direction.
Oh, so the goblin notices us.
No, I was guys. Were you stealthing?
I would be.
I am not. I'm going to remove them openly.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex is the same. He's approaching it as a means to negotiate, not through any subterfuge or intent of harm.
Alright. Well, those of you who are rolling to hide, roll stealth. Otherwise, the goblin is looking in your direction.
Yeah, Grizzer's just going to be the bodyguard.
Okay.
The mute bodyguard.
So, since I can see him, does that mean I can cast Sending to him?
I suppose so, yeah.
Well,
You guys
hang on.
want
You
me
mean
to attempt to open negotiations with the Sending to the person I can see?
hang on? Do you mean sending as in the third level spell, or do you mean message?
I don't have message.
All right, so sending. You need to, if I remember correctly, you need to know the person if you want to use sending on them.
I have message though, and I can probably reach him.
Or we could just, scout.
Either way.
I don't know. Alex says, "Don't. Let's save the magic for later. Let's." If I remember correctly, goblins, they're not too trusting of magic.
You can already see him knocking an arrow and preparing to point it in your direction. He doesn't let it go, but he's got it ready.
Alright, Alex keeps his hands up, and he says, "Hello there. We wish to negotiate."
What do you want?
We're here to hire you.
Alright. Wait there. And he briefly looks away for a moment and speaks to people that you can't see. And then there's a sound of a conversation mumbled too far away for you guys to hear anything. And then he looks up and he says, He looks around for a moment as he's trying to size you up, and then he says, and then he points towards Dennis and he says, "Send your friend forward. Stick to the road."
Well,
Alright.
I pushed Dennis along.
Alright, Dennis.
Um,
Okay.
Question.
How trapped is the road? Or
You
is that
don't
why I'm
you
saying-
don't know. Only Allah saw the traps.
Oh.
What were you
Still
saying,
question.
Allah?
Am I able to avoid the traps because I know where they're at?
The entire field is trapped.
I
I've just
know
put a
that-
few of the cubes around the main area. The entire field is trapped.
So there's no way for me to transverse around it.
There is no safe path that you can see, which isn't trapped.
Other than the road?
The road is trapped too, but that's only Allah sees that. So Dennis, do you step forward?
I guess so. I step forward carefully.
So, despite the traps, Allah and everyone else, you watch as Dennis quietly walks down the road without anything happening.
In the meantime, beads of sweat are pouring down our heads.
Wait a minute. Can I examine a trap?
You can roll perception, or no wait, investigation.
Okay. Can I do an Arcana check instead?
Okay, you may.
No. Alright, I give up.
Okay, so Dennis,
Hmm?
you make it through and make it to the road, and you see about 4 goblins. 2 are hiding in the cave area, and 2 others are standing out in the open with their swords drawn. They look to you, and then they look you over, and then they step forward and they begin to check through your belongings while the mages keep hands cupped around spells. They thoroughly investigate every item on your person.
Okay.
They then pull out the books and examine them, and then they look to you and they say, "What are these?"
Are those?
Yeah, what are they?
I think I have notes for this. Sorry.
Dum 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 dum.
These books, one of them contains dark secrets that no one's supposed to know, and the other one's a decoy that's trapped in so many ways.
They both share a look and then they say, seems like some wizard shit, doesn't it? Yeah, seems like some wizard shit. Should we give him back? I mean, I am curious, but at the same time, I don't feel like exploding today. Yeah. They hand you back the books and then they say, "Alright, tell your party they can come approach."
Okay. Okay if I use sending then? I'm asking them that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I expend ascending to inform the others to come.
Okay, who do you inform?
I'm gonna go with Alex on this one.
Alright, Alice gets the message and says, "Alright, we're cleared to go. Just follow the road."
Other question. Do I still have my belongings, or did they take everything?
They didn't take them, they just examined them to make sure you weren't carrying in things like explosives and stuff.
Okay.
I would probably break stealth and head down the road.
Are you alright? Right, Weathered? You kind of,
Yeah, give me a moment. I'm gonna go take a cough pill or something.
Alright. So, everyone else, Allah, you put a slow foot onto the trap, and for a brief moment, you see the ground seem to sink for a moment before it tightens out. And as you glance to the sides of the grass, you see a couple of perfectly perfectly hidden goblins were holding the trap. And you get the strong impression that the entire field is filled with goblins.
Huh. So it wasn't magical.
Yeah, out of character, I keep thinking we're going to encounter velociraptors in this field.
So,
Okay.
you all head down the path, and eventually you make it to the end, and you see two goblins currently glancing at some books and discussing whether or not they're curious enough that they want to be exploded. One of the goblins in the back briefly vanishes down into the depths of the cave. And they all look to you and say, "Alright, you wait here, we're getting our boss. Don't try anything funny." Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for your time.
And one of them just briefly lifts up a sword lazily to Dennis's neck, not really too close to cut him, just like sort of there, and he says, "If you try anything funny, we will kill you, friend. You know, nothing personal, it's just business."
Well, I'm glad
We
you
understand.
think it's something personal. Appreciate that.
We understand.
And-
we understand. Don't worry. We would have a similar policy ourselves.
And he lowers the blade, and then they both take just Dennis to the side, just out of the way. And
Make sure your bargaining token is still a bargaining token.
yeah, they're just holding you just in case. They didn't get this far without being careful.
That's fair.
Okay, so you watch as the other goblin returns, and they both step to the side, but still in the cave. And then the goblin from before appears. Wait, that's not his token. I must have forgotten to put his token in there. Okay, give me just a moment. But,
No worries.
yeah, you see the masked goblin from before slowly step out of the cave, as if melting out of the shadows. You
Alex,
wish
Alex gives a small bow to him. He says, "Hello again."
to hire us?
Whoa, he's big!
Yes, he's got a big personality. No.
But yeah, Alex says, "Yes, we do. Things have, well, we could probably fill you in on everything, but we should probably come to an agreement first. We want to hire you for a very dangerous mission."
I'm listening.
You. So your tribe is good at breaking into very secure locations, right?
We have been known to do that, yes.
Well, and well, well, we do exactly that.
Where and how soon?
And okay, in Prosh, the Sin Manor.
Have
You're
you
looking
got...
for some- We need you, and there's a secret room. There's a secret room in the Sin Manor full of files. We need all those files destroyed.
You got any maps?
Sit down and I can draw you a rough.
I don't need it drawn, I just needed to know if you had it. He thinks for a moment, and you watch as he brings his hands to his chin, and he seems to be considering it. I do know a couple of people that would be interested in such an offer for the right price.
And well, I can play. Oh, I can give. Well, we can pay you 1,000 gold now, and another 1,000 when you
to break into a highly guarded and very secret location.
Well, that's what I can pay. Else wants to contribute.
I am not impressed.
I think Kagura has something.
Kagura.
He steps forward. Do you recognize my features?
You're part of that royal family, aren't you?
My name is Kagura Lanethwa, and the Prince of Lundruk. You and your troop killed my parents in their private sanctum.
Yeah, we did that.
I'm here to make you a deal.
I'm listening.
What you committed, it was a great offense to the kingdom. In normal circumstances, your actions would be punishable by death. I'm here to offer you a pardon for your crimes.
You killed the Lich then, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I guess that means our deal's null and void. He made the same deal, you know. Immunity from the law in return for service. He also gave us, I think it was around 5,000 gold.
We have reason to believe that the Lich is a governor who operated in Lundruk.
He is.
It would have been within his authority.
He paid us in advance. 5,000 gold. And immunity from the law.
Well, unfortunately, he can no longer guarantee that, because he's gone.
Your offer is tempting. Is there anything else you can offer?
Alex, he tries to get to eye level with the leader, and he says, "My name is Alexander Goldgale. What's yours?"
Sword.
Pleasure to meet you, Sword. Now, it may not be much, but I imagine you yourself realize how massive a syndicate it is, correct?
I don't care, we're just here to get paid.
That's the problem, though. You see, Jule Tessin, she doesn't want to leave anything untouched. Even if it's the smallest encampment, the smallest tribe just minding their own business, they'll eventually fall in line. That means your tribe too. So, here's the offer. We will pardon, well, as my friend Kagura has offered, we will work to pardon you of your crimes. You will work in tandem with us, and hopefully we will bring down the syndicate, and you and your tribe and friends, family, will be free to continue on with your work, without a care in the world as to what the syndicate will do to you. That is, if this succeeds, but we can, as I said, with the syndicate spreading its influence all over Mayhem, you cannot be too certain that you may not be next.
I cannot be certain that your influence will last, and hers won't, either. Roll me a persuasion check, Alex.
Alright. Okay, come on. Come on, persuasion.
Okay. He looks to you and then he lifts a hand, interrupting you before you speak again, and he says, 3,000 gold. And the immunity.
I toss him the first 2,000.
He takes it.
I have 500. And some platinum.
The goblins have already taken the 500, which they bring over to the boss.
Okay.
They let you keep the platinum. They prefer gold pieces, but they will take platinum, So you just need another 500 gold.
I will.
All right.
I will pay the remaining 500.
Alright.
And
Go on.
Kagura approaches Sword and offers him the gold personally.
He takes it.
I'm doing this for 2 reasons. One, I understand what you did to my parents was nothing personal. It was just business. Second reason, because even though you broke into our sanctum and killed my parents, you did not hurt my sister.
Didn't get the chance to. Some weird freak teleported in and took her.
Well, then I guess we're both very lucky. That man and took her when he did.
Seems so. Sword looks to the money and you watch as he briefly counts it out and then flips it and then tosses it back towards the mages in the back who take it and head back down into the cave. The 2 goblins that were guarding Dennis both return to their posts and the one on top relaxes his bow. Sword leans back and he says, "So, it's a pleasure doing business with you. I will inform you in person when the job is done."
Very well then. And Alex offers his hand to Sword.
Sword briefly shakes it.
The other difference between us and the Syndicate, we tend to treat others with the respect they deserve.
See to it that you do not change, and thus that changes as well. And then he turns and he begins to head down, fading into the darkness of the cave.
One last question before you go.
What?
How long will it take you to get to Brush?
We have our ways.
Well, when you get there. And I direct him to Mia and like tell them how to get in contact with her.
Understood.
I have a question of my own.
He slips back out of the shadows and he says, "Well, it ruins my dramatic exit, but what? Fine, what's up? What's wrong?"
The cavern you used to break into my family's sanctum. Have you sealed it?
Of course. Can't let anything be traced back to us.
Professionalism. I like that.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That'll
I
be all.
believe that's good day to you, Sword.
He
Do your
glances.
dramatic exit now.
He glances to Allah for a moment, and then he stares at you and he says, 2 centaurs killed 5 of our clan." And then he turns and heads back into the darkness.
He was sharper than I was expecting from a goblin chieftain. Yeah, under her breath.
You cut out a bit there.
Deanna kind of mutters under her breath. Sharper than I was expecting from a goblin chieftain.
Well, you don't make it in this world without smarts.
Rizura whispers to the others, "Let's get out of here."
Right. Pleasure doing business with you all. And he waves the goblins a farewell as he turns to leave.
Alar gives him a smile as he walks away. Pretty clueless as she just tilts her head and moves on.
Okay, and like as we're leaving, I'm gonna just pull out my sending stone and like inform Mia that the goblins are on board and they're on their way.
Alright. So,
Okay, and then once we're out of earshot in like maybe a half hour's walk away from goblins. Okay, now that the goblins are on board and out of earshot, I should I, I should probably mention that mention that
Breathe.
taken over.
Breathe.
Now that we are out of earshot from the goblins and hopefully know where anyone would think to scry, I should probably mention that nowhere has been taken over by the syndicate.
Yeah. Alex pauses for a moment, like he stops dead in his tracks.
What?
And he just quietly said, without looking at you, his back turned to you, says, "Could you repeat that?"
And right after we killed the Lich, I sent a sending to Mother, informing her that the Lich was dead, and she mentioned that the Syndicate had taken over nowhere.
There's this almost unsettling pause from Alex. Almost like a good minute goes by. Oof.
Let me guess. You're gonna ask me why I didn't tell you sooner. I was expecting death threats, but this works too.
Good fucking joke, Vienna. Good fucking joke. I'm actually a little bit lightheaded now. Best joke you told since the day I met you.
Vienna's looking me dead in the eye, like she's not smiling.
Yeah, Alex's smile drops and he just says, "Yeah, it's not that easy."
Aura looks to the old druid camp's direction. She's in pauses for a moment too.
I do have to ask the question, however, why didn't you tell me?
Because because I knew that you'd all insist on going to free it or some harebrained thing like that, and I at least wanted to get the goblins on board before we tipped our hands to the syndicate like that.
Well, I would certainly love to, retake my home, but I know that my friends, family, and everyone I care about are fine currently.
Is there any way we can get in touch with anyone, with your friends from home? Family, maybe?
Unless I had a sending spell, which I don't, and none of you know them personally.
And give me half an hour, I can write you a sending scroll.
If you could, please, I would appreciate that.
And I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry too much. Mother said she put Felicia in charge, so I'm not expecting anything much actual damage.
And did she say anything else about Felicia? Because I imagine from what you've said, your mother wouldn't be so ignorant as to put a worthless piece of elven trash in charge of probably one of the most important places in Mayhem.
And she said Felicia has been working to get stronger all of a sudden. And although I'm not sure how seriously I should take that, it's not the first.
Okay, by working to get stronger, do you mean actually lifting her legs higher than her waist, or do you mean your mother has brainwashed her to do it?
And according to Mother, she just volunteered out of nowhere all of a sudden.
Yeah, this does not seem right. Something must be wrong.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I honestly don't know if she was joking or not.
If she wasn't, I can think of maybe one reason why your sister is suddenly motivated. It's kind of funny if you want to hear a joke.
No.
Well, seeing as your mother has signed her up for a pact with what is essentially a creature of that is completely unfathomable by normal intelligence standards, and I imagine you believe your sister to be of lower intelligence.
Something like that.
She likely has realized how tiny and insignificant she is compared to everything else, and she has gone mad.
I'll believe. Okay, go. I can see her going mad, realizing how insignificant she is. I'll believe that when I see it.
It's kind of what happens when you sign up for that kind of pact, because you'll actually probably have noticed it. There's this. These particular people have almost nihilistic views on life because they've seen the greater scope of things or whatever the hell is out there, and it just affects them in the strangest of ways.
You underestimate the size of my sister's ego.
I don't know. Maybe she'll think she's the second coming of the great Yosavoth or something like that, or like I said, she could have just gone insane. But I think you're also underestimating how powerful and how mind-shattering these creatures are. But I guess we'll see for ourselves if and when we go there.
Dennis sends this to Draw.
But yeah, just to let you know, Fiona, I'm not as upset as you would probably think I would be. I'm a little disappointed in you that you didn't tell me.
Be honest, I was expecting at least one of you to outright attack me, and she gives kind of a pointy glance at Grisura.
Ah, there it is.
Grisura folds her arms and said, "Not taking the bait."
What did you say, Wedwood? Sorry.
Vierna was expecting at least one of you to attack her outright.
But yeah, Alex says, I was considering it. I seriously was considering it.
Dennis looks at Brianna and says, "You are lucky that Draw is not present. Is out on business."
But yeah, no, I'll tell you this right now, Vierna. I'm admittedly kind of, not the wisest person around. I will fully admit that. But I am not stupid. I am not going to just blatantly say, "Hey, let's go over and free nowhere." Not that stupid. We will be clever. We will be smart. We will find a way to get through this.
You said the people the people of nowhere would have been able to get out before, or the syndicate had fully assimilated itself in there. Where would they have gone?
They haven't. My dad didn't tell me.
Well,
he just runs and he says that he. Sorry, go ahead.
You can pen the paper in half an hour, and you can ask.
Yep. But yeah, when Alex says that, he says it almost with a proud smile, like he's proud that his dad didn't tell him.
So, what do we do now?
Well, as far as I know, we will wait. We'll wait until Vierna has finished that scroll. I will get in contact with my dad, and we'll, I suppose, plan our next moves from there.
Yeah, I don't remember what the exact scroll making rules are. It's something I never. Yeah, DM. What are the scroll making? Because it's something I never actually used before this character.
You need a special paper for it, and it costs gold to make it, I believe.
I left on my. I would have had. Everything I'm making.
I can't understand you. You're talking too fast.
Okay, in that case, everything I need to make it would have been stored in the demiplane, so we're gonna have to open the demiplane up.
Alright, that's fine. We'll take care of that right now. And Alex opens up the demiplane.
Conveniently, Dennis has an entire book filled with the exact paper you could use. Just a fun fact.
Would you like to have a page?
Yes, please. And Bjorn just ripped one of the pages out.
Alright, Dennis, you are down to 19 pages.
Okay.
Just be aware of that. Make a note of it somewhere. So, you spend some time, you make the scroll. Takes a little longer than you expected, mainly because you're a little rusty, but you do eventually make the spell, and the scroll is complete.
All right. One sending scroll as ordered. I just hand it to Alex.
Thank you very much. And Alex casts sending with the scroll to get into contact with his dad.
What do you say? You have 25 words.
Alright. I say, hey Dad, heard Noah just got taken over. Where exactly are you guys hiding out at the moment?
Alright. What does Arthur reply with?
He's probably a bit shocked to hear it. He responds with currently trying to keep that under wraps, but if you need, but we are offshot from you are here, and he will just say he quickly sends the coordinates to Alex so he knows where to find it.
Alright. So what does Alex do?
He... After that, he says, alright, I've got the location.
Very good. So with that said, what's our next plan of action?
Well, as I said, perhaps now it is time that we lay low for a bit.
I'm going. I need to figure out how I'm going to get my fifth tail to come out.
Like I said, at least my idea is we lay low for a bit, and we'll wait to get the response from the goblins. Once we do, well, maybe we can strike another deal with them.
Mayhem.
Maybe we could. They're mercenaries, so it's not likely. Perhaps we can. Whether they're loyal.
I mean, there's a very good chance that whoever's going on owing to the syndicate going on a suicide mission.
Oh well, goblins are like that, aren't they?
Oh, I'm not saying they're not expendable, but but Sword might not see it that way.
Look, I'm not saying that they're expendable, and I would never even begin to even think that, because I could see it in his eyes, you know. And I looked at him. It's almost as like I could understand him in a way. That he's trying to get by like everyone else. If it means doing things that maybe aren't pleasant, then so be it.
Regardless, you did mention something that piques my interest.
Alex, I get what you're saying, but if they weren't expendable, I wouldn't be sending them into the lion's den like this.
Well, that's entirely on you. I just convinced them to do it. You're the one sending them there.
So, what were you saying, hello?
I remember what he said earlier that kind of piqued my interest.
The one about when you mentioned the two centaurs?
Yeah, I wonder who they are. I don't know any much fighters in the tribe.
think they're nomads like you.
Nomads are really rare. In fact, only 2 centaurs are known to be nomads in the tribe. And I'm one of them.
The other is your sister, I imagine.
Very much so.
Whoever these 2 centaurs are, maybe, just maybe.
Regardless, the fact he mentioned that, Mike, most likely he would want revenge eventually for it. That or he's just interested in the centaur's abilities. Either way, I'm not looking forward to meeting him again.
Well, he did mention them after. Well, all that.
Best if I don't come back there for a little bit. All out there.
No, you always have a home here. Huh?
Alora pauses at that, and she just simply nods.
All right, everyone. Well, it's not exactly a favorable end to our latest adventure, but perhaps we've had a little bit of a break.
So, where are you guys heading?
Yep. I suppose for now, let's head back to Brana.
Alright. You head back to the sleepy hunting town of Burner. It's just as you left it. In fact, there's an old man who's been sitting at this chair. You don't think he moved. He might be dead.
That's reassuring.
Yeah, he's fine.
What do you guys do?
I was attempting to determine if he is dead from range.
Roll perception. You think you see his chest rising and falling? You're not sure. It could have just been the wind.
Can I give it a shot?
Sure.
Oh, boy.
Hang on, let me. Perception.
Yeah, he's dead.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
He's alive.
Sorry, we
you
thought
sure?
we thought you were dead for a moment.
Nah, get off my lawn. I don't have lawn. This area's frozen over. It's a hellscape. He goes back to sleep.
Leave him be. He's senile.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm about ready to crash for today.
Before we do, why don't we use that that spell of yours to clean the beds?
What I was thinking of doing.
What? Well, if we're going to spend another night in there, then sure, why not?
Has the key recharged yet?
You used it
Well.
just then.
Ah.
Oh wait, a few days would have passed to get back to Burner, so yeah, it would recharge.
So yeah, we already spent one night in a flea-infested bed. Let's just, go to our endless void of torment and just sleep there.
Alright, you enter your demiplane. Do you close the door?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, the door is closed. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before we wrap up?
There's one thing I want to end off upon, so anything else wants to do, they can go first.
I'm good.
Unless you need me for something, I'm off to bed.
Alright, those who have stuff to do, those who don't have anything they want to do, head to your bedroom. Otherwise, head to a different room. Just so I can tell who's ready and who's not. It's a little early, but it's fine.
You might want to move, Rura.
Rue's fine. I know she's not here.
You got the message I sent?
Yep, a moment
Okay, don't
late.
do anything with that.
Okay, I will. Just give me a second. Okay?
Okay.
So, okay. Kaga, you had something you wanted to do?
I suppose this is everyone going to bed.
Yeah, I asked people to move to their room if they don't have anything on they want to do.
Okay, so I assume this is I assume this is like this room here is like a wide open spot.
Yeah, that's the sparring room.
All right, so Kagura, he stands in this room for a little bit, and he draws out his sword, or only this time he actually keeps the scabbard in the sheath. If he's before used to, he would always be known to use a fighting style that had him holding his sword in one hand and the scabbard in the other. This time, he leaves the scabbard alone and instead uses his other hand to hold the throwing knife of sneaking. He starts training to fight using a dual wielding stance.
Alrighty. So, you hear the sounds of footsteps running past you as Drar hugs Dennis.
Hello.
Hello.
Dennis briefs her regarding what they've learned about Nowhere.
Oh, that's not good, I guess.
So Frozen should be safe. Or you can go with us.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure Nowhere's damaged? Because I was there just the other day, and it seems fine to me.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. The vendors are still running. The guild is still running. My shop was completely fine. So was Miss Brightly's, though I didn't see her, but I was only around for a day.
Okay. Well, if you do pass by there again, be careful.
I will.
I'm worried they might use you for things.
I'm gonna make you some cookies.
That sounds great.
And she heads to the kitchen. So, is that all, Dennis?
Yep.
Okay, Fiona.
Okay. Another sending conversation. Alicia, what's your game, sister?
Fuck you.
Okay, that's hoping for a longer message, but from those two words, can I discern any kind of mental instability or anything off about her?
Nope, it just sounds like your regular bratty sister.
Okay, I'll try one. And mother says, and mother says you've been getting stronger. Is that? What, you've been lifting weights or something?
You then hear the pure venom in her voice as she says, and let me get close to the mic for this. I'm going to ruin you. All of you.
Okay, now do I hear any instability or anything off from that?
I don't know. Do you?
I mean, a lot. I mean, it's considerably. I mean, it's considerably more menace than Erna is used to from her. I mean,
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, like.
What do you do?
I'm out of sending spells. I used the first one to make that scroll.
That was probably a couple days ago.
Oh.
Is that all?
Like, I mean, I guess we end the episode with Vienna scary space and confusion.
Alright. Then that's where we're going to wrap up this week. So, next week is going to be an event. Depending on how things go, we might be doing the heist, we might not. It'll depend. We'll see what happens. But we will see you all next week. Bye-bye!
Good night.
See ya.
Alright.
Family darkest fear.